What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the local meta report here in St. Louis, Missouri. I, of course, am Brad, aka the mayor of Lorcana and co-host of the Rules of Villainy podcast. Each and every week, I bring to you the latest and greatest in Disney Lorcana winning decks here in the area, here, especially in the set championship season, where so many good decks are coming out with that beautiful Daisy Duck playmat. We have a rescheduled one from last week. As we know, Elsa came and gave us an early dose of Winter Spell and got a lot of set championships canceled. So I have one from last week that actually got the fire as the storm was coming down, and two more from this week that I want to share before. We're basically a week away from Winter Spell now. So this is probably the last one, but let's make it a good one. 3 great decks to talk about today, and let's get into them. All right, our first deck of the week comes to you by way of Andy, Villain Andy here at Rules of Villainy. Got it done at Fortuna Games with a deck he calls DK Me. And that is because this is the DKP Blurple deck that he took with him to DLC Richmond and made day 2 with. I can't imagine he made any changes to the deck, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And I know both he and Kristen were on a mission to get that Daisy playmat for our good friend Andy, Andy the Grape here on the Rules of Villainy team, whose Daisy Duck is his favorite character. And mission succeeded. Andy and Kristen took 1 and 2 here. I think they were both on Blurple. In fact, out of the 10 people in the Fortuna field that day, as the snow was coming down, these 10 brave souls, I would not be caught dead on my way to. As much as I love this game, I told Emily, I was like, don't ever let me try to go out there and win one of these mats with this kind of snow coming down. But they got it done. What I was saying was 10 people there at Blurple. I think 6 or 7 of them were on Blurple, and this was the deck that came out on top. If you look at it right now, it is essentially, I think there's probably a few changes based on what DKP released on his Metafied. There's a lot of changing in the 1-drops between Rafiki and the Octopus. He's only running 1 of the Royal Guards here. I think Basil is always a static 1-drop in there, but just a very, very solid deck. Still running 4 of the Hades at the 5-drop, which, well, I've never played it because I never pulled one of these Hades in all of the Whispers that I opened, but apparently he is good enough to include a 4 of in this deck and find its way to the top spot and day 2 of DLC Richmond. So 4 of Demona, 4 Hades, everything that we know from Blurple here in the late meta of Whispers in the Well. But Andy was masterful at piloting it for both of these events. Congratulations to him, and shout out to Andy for finally getting his Daisy Duck, Andy the Grape. Just Andy being generous for Andy. Our Andys love our Andys, and I don't know what I'm talking about here. It is late, but yes, congratulations to Andy. Let's move on to deck 2. All right, our second deck of the week comes to you by way of Bodax Games this past Saturday in a field of 19. Sapphire Steel took it down, piloted by Alec. Alec is a past winner in Azurite Sea. He plays on the championship Scar mat, and very good. There's 3 things you can count on: death, taxes, and Alec playing Sapphire Steel, because he does it so well. And I don't think I've ever seen him play another deck, honestly. But that's why he is so incredibly good at it. And I do encourage you, I will tell you some of the notes that he gave me, but I encourage you to click the link below for the deck list. He has a whole book that he wrote on his Dreamborn about how to pilot this deck. He says it's essentially Kiwi that was pioneered by Harlan Sweet over there in the UK, and he made some adjustments to it. He added 2 Baymaxes instead of 4 Scuttles, and then he subbed in another "but I'm much faster" over one of the Lady Clucks, which I was surprised to see Lady Cluck was even in here, because in the 3 games that I played him in round 4, I didn't see a single one. What was actually a nuisance there on turn 4 or 5, whenever Cluck comes out on 5, but you usually have enough ink on turn 4, was the Headless Horseman bodyguard that he threw in as well. 4 of there that really helps protect the Alice, who is the MVP of this deck. Alice comes out. We all know Alice, a former villain of the week on the Rules of Villainy podcast. She has Ward. She's a 1/4, quest for 2, 3 cost uninkable. And whenever this character quests, another chosen character of yours gains +1 lore and gains Ward until the start of your next turn. And that is a super big pain. Don't I know it? Because that card is what single-handedly saved him in game 2 against me when I was about to take a 2-0 win. He top decked an Alice for the game-winning lore, and I could not target her because of the Ward. And it's such a good card, and he utilizes it so well. But yeah, he uses this Alice. He likes it a lot because the ward, especially just between her, the Lady Cluck. I think there's something else in here with ward as well that is escaping me at the moment, but it protects you in the end game here in the meta right now, where Hades is prevalent and John Silver in Baja and in Basil. Everything that can target you, single target removal, is just null because the ward that exists in this deck. And it certainly had its place on Saturday when it took him to first place overall, but had a blast playing him. I'm very happy to see him win. And yeah, if you want to read more about his play style and everything else that he has regarding this deck, please check out the link below. Great knowledge there and a great player. So congratulations to you, Alec, and we'll see you in the next one. And finally, our last deck of the week. Of course, it wouldn't be a St. Louis meta without Amethyst Steel topping an 18-person tournament at Trading Card Market this past Sunday, piloted by the one and only Kristen from Grapes Games. She got it done with stupid purple steel that I know she names it that way just so I say it that way because she knows how I feel about this deck. It's not personal. This deck beats me up all the time, and she pilots it so well. She's another day tour from Richmond. I don't know what changes she makes. She's always making little changes here and there, but she took Sapphire Steel to day 2 in Richmond, and she took Sapphire Steel to an 18-person championship win on Sunday. One of the stupidest cards in here, if I do say so myself, is Benja, because she will never let me have fun with my Grimorum Arcanorum when I play her with this. That Benja always comes out and snipes that, or a junior guidebook that I leave out there stupidly when knowing Benja is in this deck. We have 3 of Pete. I think he is going to be a card that is making his way back even more prevalent as Winterspell comes up with the new board wipe in Raging Storm in the amber color. The fact that Amber Steel now has a way to banish the Raging Storm and play it is pretty gross now that I think about it. So that's something to think about in the upcoming meta. But yeah, overall, it was a great weekend for Rules of Villainy because Kristen and Chip, also on the competitive team, took 1 and 2 there. She went into a very tough matchup against his dogs. He is our resident dogs expert here, and they were going. I wasn't there to see it, but I'm sure it was a very tough matchup. I saw them playing it this past weekend, or Monday night at my locals when they were testing out some new stuff and everything as well. So, interested to see how that develops in the new meta, but I'm not surprised at all that Kristen took it down with a deck like this. She's been practicing so hard and doing so well, and it's great to see somebody who is, in my opinion, one of the founders of the Disney Lorcana community here, and somebody who helped send it, to make it what it is with her store as the game launched. Just to be such a prevalent player and doing so well in the community now is fantastic on the playing side of it. So I know that was a lot of jumbled words. It is late here on a Tuesday night, but honestly, I'm so happy to see her get this win under her belt and continue to succeed in this game. So take a look at that deck. Hope you like it. Make some adjustments with the new cards. We're going to have so many new cards coming out in just a week and a half that I cannot wait to see how this evolves and how I have to beat around it now. How am I going to get around Amethyst Steel? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse? I don't know. I'm rambling now. The point is, congratulations to Kristen one more time. So happy you got it done. And that's going to do it. That's going to wrap up the local meta report here for the Whispers in the Well meta. Probably. I don't think there's going to be another one of these videos because next time we do this, it's going to be in the Winterspell era of Disney Lorcana. I want to give a shout out to everybody who just throughout the entire season, thank you so much for being generous enough to share your decks, allowing me to make this content, celebrating you and your wins and just this great game and this great community that we have here in St. Louis. Yeah, I'm just privileged to be in this position to be able to do this kind of stuff, and I enjoy doing it immensely, and I appreciate you all and hope to see you continued success in the rest of the your Disney Lorcana adventure. So to everybody else, if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for any kind of Rules of Villainy content. Of course, we have the podcast proper releasing on Fridays. We have this meta report on Mondays. We have deck test Tuesdays, and we have Vince on here making all kinds of pack opening content, and I think a lot more in the form of YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So we have a lot of ideas. Hopefully you are enjoying that. We enjoy making this for you. A little bit of advertising here. I have a bunch of events coming up if you are in the local area. In just the next couple weeks, we have the franchise night at Game Night. I'll have a link in the description for all these below, by the way, but this upcoming Monday, February 9th, we will have a franchise-themed event where all your decks are a single franchise in the Disney Lorcana world, the Disney world. And there's a few little exceptions that you can make with some Disney Lorcana specific cards, but just a fun tournament. It's a free tournament, Disney Lorcana legal decks, so 2 colors, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun and it's getting a lot of creative juices flowing for a lot of people. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. On the following Wednesday, the 11th, we are going to have a Learn to Play for the Palace Heist, the Illumineers Quest Palace Heist that was released with Jafar, Reign of Jafar a few sets ago. Just a fun little event to get people interested in possibly, playing more than just the board game and buying some cards and playing with us week to week in the Core Constructed and Infinity event. So that is also free, and you may also win a copy of the game just for showing up. So please come check that out. Again, a link in the description below. And then the following Monday, of course, is our pre-release for Game Night, Winter Spell at Game Night, where we are having a sealed tournament, 24 people, pack per win, play mat to the winner. Going to be a blast. It's always a blast. We always have a great turnout, and I cannot wait to host that. So definitely check that out if you are local. And that's it. That's it for this video series for the Whispers in the Well meta. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, happy questing.